the Frugal Chef. Hey, let's make some cherry jam today. Cherries are nice right now. They're super sweet, so we're gonna make a sweet cherry jam. I found a big container at Costco for $4, and oh man, this is great. So as part of my frugal gifts from my kitchen, I wanna make some cherry jam. So let me show you what we're gonna need for this. There's a few tips I want to give you before we start making our jam, okay? The most important one is you have to have everything ready because it's going to happen fast. We're going to use pectin and you're not going to have time to start measuring your sugar and all that, okay? So I really want you to have all your ingredients ready before we start. Another thing is, if you're going to preserve these, most probably your bottles or your jars are going to have to be hot, okay? Please read the instructions of what you're using and do what you're supposed to do, okay? I am using mason jars, so I'm getting them prepared. I have them in this big pot. I have the jars here, and I have my lids in a little pot on the side. I want them to be hot. I don't want them boiling really hard. I just want them to be hot because when I put the hot jam in them, I don't want the jar to crack, okay? So let's start. Let me show you what we need, and let's make some jam. Okay, for this recipe, we're going to need 4 cups of chopped and pitted cherries. Okay, so all I did was, pit them and chop them. If you have a cherry pitter, super. If not, use a little paring knife like I did, okay? So I'm just going to put these inside my, my pan. Okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 4 tablespoons of lemon juice to this. And I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of water. All right? Now, I'm also going to use 47 grams of pectin. 49, I'm sorry. These come in 49 grams and 57 grams. It doesn't matter. Whatever you find is fine. It is not going to affect your jam. Okay? Now, I'm just going to dump in my pectin. And I'm going to whisk it in here with my cherries. What I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to bring this to a boil, and then I'm going to dump my sugar in it all at once, okay? Okay, guys, this is boiling. So now I'm just going to dump in my sugar all at once. We need to be careful that our sugar doesn't burn, okay? And so you need to really stir this constantly. Now, try and use a heavy pot, preferably stainless steel for this, okay? So that your sugar doesn't burn. See, it's getting hard on me, so here we go. Now I'll put the rest in and I'll mix it well. Okay, so now what I have to do is bring this to a hard boil again and let it boil hard for a minute while I'm stirring constantly. So I'll come back in a little bit so you can see it when it's almost at the end. Because once it's done, we're also going to skim off the foam before we put it in our jars. Okay, so let me bring this to a hard boil, and then I'll come back when it's almost the end of that 1 minute of stirring, okay? Well, see you soon. Okay, so this has been boiling really hard, and I've been stirring it for about almost a minute, not quite. Okay, so once it's a minute, I'm going to turn it off, and I'm going to skim off all the foam. Go to thefrugalchef.com, thefrugalchef.com, and get the recipe for this, and recipes for everything, really. We have a nice blog there, all kinds of recipes, all frugal, all, healthy and easy, and I think you'll like it. Not everything we have on the Frugal Chef is on video, so make sure you go visit us. All right, this is ready, so I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to let it stop that super boil there, and then I'll skim off the foam, and then we'll start jarring it. Okay, so let's jar our cherry jam, okay? I'm going to do it 1 jar at a time because I want my jars to keep hot. This is all hot stuff, guys, so please be careful not to burn yourself. I have 6 of these jars ready right now, and they are hot, as we discussed earlier. We don't want the jar to crack when the hot jam comes in, okay? This is really good stuff, let me tell you. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and leave about a 1/4 inch of my jar empty. And as I asked you, please follow the instructions of the jars you are using, okay? I'm going to seal this. And I am going to put it aside. I'm going to put these back in water. I'm going to cover them and let that boil. Once it starts boiling, I'm going to leave them in there for 10 minutes, okay? Again, you do whatever your jars tell you to do. Now, of course, if you were going to eat this right away, you don't need to process it like I am, okay? All right, there you have it, cherry jam from thefrugalchef.com. It is part of our frugal gifts from your kitchen. Ouch. Come over and check it out. We have all kinds of good stuff, and we'll see you soon. Okay, my friends, there you have it. From my kitchen to yours. My name is Marianne. I am the Frugal Chef, and I will see you soon.